How do plants make their food? Photosynthesis explained. Introduction to photosynthesis. Plants are amazing. They have the ability to make their own food using sunlight. This process is called photosynthesis. Just like humans and animals need food to survive, plants also need food to grow, stay healthy, and produce flowers, fruits, and seeds. Introduction to photosynthesis. But unlike us, they don't need to eat or drink. They make their food all by themselves. Let's explore how this magical process happens. What is photosynthesis? Photosynthesis is the process by which plants make their own food. It happens inside the leaves of plants, where they use sunlight, water, and carbon dioxide to produce food. What is photosynthesis? The food is a type of sugar called glucose, and oxygen is released as a byproduct. Glucose is the energy that plants use to grow, develop, and survive. The photosynthesis equation. To make this process easier to understand, we can write it as a simple equation. Sunlight plus water plus carbon dioxide, right pointing arrow, glucose, food, plus oxygen. The photosynthesis equation. Here's what each part means. Sunlight, the energy from the sun that powers the process. Water, absorbed by the plant's roots from the soil. Carbon dioxide, a gas from the air that enters through the leaves. Glucose, the food, sugar, the plant makes to grow. Oxygen, a gas that is released into the air as a waste product, which is great for us to breathe. How does photosynthesis work? Step 1. The plant takes in water. The roots of the plant absorb water from the soil. This water travels up the stem and into the leaves through tiny tubes called xylem. Water is a key ingredient in the process of photosynthesis. How does photosynthesis work? Step 2. The leaves take in carbon dioxide. The leaves have small openings called stomata, singular, stoma, on their surface. These tiny holes allow the plant to take in carbon dioxide from the air. The stomata also release oxygen when the plant makes it. How does photosynthesis work? Step 3. Sunlight is absorbed by chlorophyll. In the leaves, there are green pigments called chlorophyll. Chlorophyll helps the plant absorb sunlight. This is why plants are green. Sunlight is a very important ingredient because it gives the energy needed to make food. Chlorophyll captures this sunlight and turns it into energy that the plant can use. How does photosynthesis work? Step 4. The chemical reaction. Once the sunlight, water, and carbon dioxide are inside the leaf, they all combine in a chemical reaction inside the chloroplasts, tiny parts inside the cells of the leaf. This process produces glucose, the plant's food, and oxygen, which the plant releases back into the air. How does photosynthesis work? Step 5. Glucose is used by the plant. The glucose produced during photosynthesis is the energy that the plant uses to grow. It can be stored in different parts of the plant, like in the roots, stems, and leaves. The plant uses this energy to build new cells, grow taller, make flowers and fruits, and even repair any damage. Why is photosynthesis important? Food for plants. Photosynthesis allows plants to make their own food so they can grow. Why is photosynthesis important? Oxygen for humans and animals. When plants release oxygen, it helps humans and animals breathe. Without plants, we wouldn't have enough oxygen to survive. Why is photosynthesis important? Basis of the food chain. Plants are the base of almost all food chains. Animals and humans eat plants or eat animals that eat plants, so photosynthesis provides the foundation for all life on Earth. Factors that affect photosynthesis. 1. Sunlight. The amount of sunlight is one of the most important factors. Without sunlight, photosynthesis can't happen. If the plant doesn't get enough light, it will not be able to make enough food. That's why plants need to grow in places where they can get plenty of sunlight, like a sunny garden or a forest. Factors that affect photosynthesis. 2. Water. Plants also need enough water. If there is not enough water, the plant won't be able to make its food properly. Sometimes, Plants can get water from the rain, but they can also take water from the soil. Factors that affect photosynthesis. 3. Carbon dioxide. The amount of carbon dioxide in the air can also affect photosynthesis. Plants take in carbon dioxide through the stomata in their leaves. If there is not enough carbon dioxide, photosynthesis will slow down. Factors that affect photosynthesis. 4. Temperature. Photosynthesis works best at certain temperatures. If it's too hot or too cold, the plant may not be able to do photosynthesis properly. That's why plants grow best in warm, moderate climates. Factors that affect photosynthesis. 5. Chlorophyll. The green pigment called chlorophyll is crucial for photosynthesis. Without chlorophyll, the plant wouldn't be able to absorb sunlight and perform photosynthesis. Photosynthesis in plants versus animals. It's important to understand that animals do not make their own food. Animals have to eat plants or other animals to get the energy they need. However, plants are producers, meaning they can make their own food through photosynthesis. Animals are consumers, which means they rely on eating other organisms for food. Examples of photosynthesis in nature. A simple green plant. A common example of photosynthesis is a simple green plant, like a bean plant. This plant absorbs sunlight through its leaves, takes in water through its roots, and carbon dioxide through tiny holes in its leaves called stomata. The plant makes glucose and releases oxygen as a waste product. Examples of photosynthesis in nature. 2. Trees in the forest. Large trees like oak trees and pine trees also perform photosynthesis. The huge surface area of their leaves, or needles in the case of pines, helps them gather lots of sunlight, and their deep roots bring in enough water to make food for the tree. Examples of photosynthesis in nature. 3. Cacti in the desert. Even plants like cacti, which live in dry deserts, can perform photosynthesis. Cacti have special adaptations, like thick stems, that help them store water and make food. They usually do photosynthesis during the cooler parts of the day or night, when it's less hot.